To celebrate Dababa's 3,000 meter world record tonight, I'm going to do a quick video looking at her form. I think it's better than Tafar's and her older sister Tierney's Dababa's form, and I think it's better than convicted drug cheats in the past form. It's when I see less than great form that I start to question doping. Her times are on a doping level, so I can't not totally dismiss that. That said, her form looks amazing, and when those two things go together, that impresses me. So it makes me wonder if it was a clean record. So let's look at her form. First thing we see is we're not seeing toes lifting. We look at this runner next to her. We see toes lifting, lower leg way out in front of the knee. People often ask, well, why can't the Americans run as great as the Ethiopians and Kenyans? They say it must be genetics. When you're putting a braking force on out in front of yourself, that's not going to help you. Let's just put it that way. Let's look at Dababa, and we see her foot come down underneath the knee. And if we look at the runner next to her, the runner's leg is still out in front of herself, and this other leg is still pretty far behind, trailing behind. So let's go ahead and compare them side by side. That's actually pretty helpful. Heel strike, no heel strike. Foot comes down, foot's not on the ground yet. This person's foot is on the ground. They come down again. This leg is out in front of themselves. Now Dababa's foot's on the ground underneath the knee. The foot is closer up underneath the hips. This foot's leveraged out behind herself. Let's jump over to the runner over here, this super fast hot runner. And what we see is bending, but the leg is way out far behind, leveraging. This foot's not heel striking, so that's great. And when it lands, it's coming down underneath the knee, but we have this long lever behind. We go forward again, and let's count. It takes us 1, 2, 3, 4 to get the foot off the ground, 5, 6 to start seeing a really good bend, and this foot's kind of far out in front right now, so we're reaching out in front. We go back over to Dababa and we count, and we see, we'll count this as mid stance. 1, 2, foot off the ground, 3, significant bend, 4, even more significant bend, foot coming down, down, down on the ground underneath. Here is still off the ground, we're coming down underneath. Watch again, let's count somewhere, we'll count this as mid stance. 1, 2, foot off the ground, knee already starting to bend, 3, coming underneath. The femur wasn't stuck really too far behind. We go back over to our runner over here. We are in mid stance. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, toes still on the ground, leveraging off. 5, foot's just coming off the ground. 6, now we're starting to see major bend. I like the position of the femur here. I think the femur could be a little bit more perpendicular. How do you accomplish that? You bend sooner. So let's go and demonstrate that here with this picture of running fast. And we're coming down, we're in mid stance, and let's watch here as we see this knee bend happening significantly sooner. Rather than letting the leg drag behind by keeping the foot on the ground too long, we're keeping the foot off the ground and bending a lot sooner, forcing this foot down. That is even more apparent in this video. We're going a little slower. Foot comes onto the ground, and we see a really quick bend to get the foot off of the ground. Okay, back to our runner over here, and we're going to look again. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4 to get the foot off the ground. There's no bend yet. The bending motion should be the motion that's getting the foot off of the ground. Let's look at Dababa and just get an idea of that. Let's go back. So here we are. Let's watch 1, 2. Foot off the ground, and we're seeing a really significant bend motion. Bend, bend, bend. Let's go forward. She's underneath. And we see, so right there, it's coming off the ground, and immediately we see a significant bend. That's what we're looking for. She's not letting the leg just drag behind. We'll go back over here and look, and we see we're here and letting the leg drag behind some, barely a bend, coming up underneath. Is it horrible? No, it's looking better, but here's mastery. Underneath, and the leg's just coming right off the ground, right off the ground. And that's the same thing we're seeing back in this slower video over here. Foot comes down, and watch this knee bends right away to get the foot off the ground. And again, we watch it again, knee comes right off the ground. So let's go back over to Dababa, and we see this instant bend forcing the leg down. Right there. Look how much she's bending so soon. Here she is in mid stance, and it's coming off the ground. She's instantly retracting that leg up underneath. Her only focus here is retracting the leg underneath. And here she is retracting the next leg underneath. Let's watch the runner behind her and make fun of her. And we see a straight leg. She is bringing the leg up underneath, but all this focus on the front leg. Look at this, completely straight front leg here, so much focus. The bob, on the other hand, is bringing this leg right up underneath, and this leg is just dropping down.